pretty adamant about making each of the fights very unique.
It's so difficult because there's no environmental change, so how do you make it different? And that was the key.
You had to change it up, not only with the choreography, but also with the way some of the scenes were shot and just the overall tone.
You can have a bit of a scramble to you getting on her back, and then that's
get her down and crawling up her body to...
Yeah.
I'd come up with a base for just the base of the way that a fight should move, and it was involving characteristics and building the fight based off of that.
Now, I'd even do a few palms into the temple.
Crack you in the face. Crack you in the face.
And then just grabbing the face and rubbing it in the dirt.
You could almost be like...
Yeah, on top
of her.
Totally.
And then like... roll off.
From Cody to Phoebe, even Zoë, Sabrina, each one of them had a backstory. Zoe's character Sabrina being trained in the military, so she was of course a little bit better of a fighter than most women. And then you have the dynamic of Phoebe, who's a complete sociopath, the complete psycho. She's really going to do anything it takes, more so than anything, just to be disgusting to survive.
I wonder how many of you I get to kill.
She can easily go to that place of maiming a human being, killing a human being, without any second thought, where I definitely think it plays a lot when you see the difference between Cody especially and Phoebe. Cody being this sweet young girl that has never thrown a punch in her life and has to survive in this arena, has to bring forth these animalistic primal urges to actually survive.
But I really had no idea what I was signing up for. I did an hour of strength and conditioning training, an hour of boxing, and then 3 hours of fight training about 4 days a week. So it was definitely physically, for me, the hardest role I've ever played, definitely. I want Sabrina!
I think I had 2 days off in the whole shoot or something.
Fast where you're like... It's really violent.
The girls absolutely killed it to come into, most of these women not being stunt women, to come into that situation and fight for 7 to 8 hours in an arena and be safe and keep it looking good. It was very challenging, as well as only having about 2 weeks to prep the ladies.
Get that conversation happening.
We're talking again, bloody, 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 blah.
After every fight scene, it would take me about 2 days to recover.
So each of the fights and the action sequences holds a special place in my heart, but there's a couple that I was looking forward to. Two millimeters out. Perfect. One was the initial fight between Zoë Bell and Rachel Nichols, just because it's brutal and it's long and it's just kind of epic.
Sorry.
I always had a very clear vision for how I wanted it to be.
To have fights be gritty and be choreographed, but not look choreographed in the traditional sense of, punch, block, blah, blah. Just to have them acted out almost, and to have them seem almost real.
Women fighting to the death is sort of a different thing to men fighting. Men fight to kill and be victorious, and but for women, generally speaking, it's a far more emotional, coming from somewhere way more sort of maternal and instinctive and sad somehow. We wanted to get the reality of what it was for women to have to kill each other.
Every day was difficult. Everything was difficult. We had no time for everything not to be difficult. So I wish that I could be like, oh, it was just that one shot that was tough. No, it was all tough.
I can't decide if I'm having fun anymore. I was having fun and then it creeped me out a little bit.
Looks just like...
But she's back to normal. Well.